any unwarranted theater locations. No.
I used to
Don't do
that.
that.
Theater. She used to open that back door all the time for us.
We have two rebels on the panel. I love it.
There used to be the old-fashioned movie theaters. You would have the exit, like you could actually leave, and like where you were watching the movie, you would have the emergency exit, and you can just walk out that door.
Yep.
Well, while people were walking out that door, you just stand out there waiting, and then you just sneak in and you wait for the next screening.
And you were always in time for the next showing.
Yes. You're always in the next show. So why should I pay? I was like, why would I stand in line or pay?
Yeah, I do that with every MCU film because I'm not giving them my money.
Yeah,
I was
you
gonna
stood in line for a
say-
colonoscopy.
I've never seen that today. Like, people don't sneak in the
I wanna
exits
know who
anymore.
else was
But you know
standing.
why? It's because there's no movies to want to sneak into. That's why.
It's really true. They're just not coming out with anything that's getting our attention that we're looking forward to. You know, it's like, another one of those, or
June is
how are
probably
they
the
gonna
most
screw that
recent
up?
one. Like
Every
Blockbuster. If I
movie
want to see a
now, how are they gonna
Blockbuster,
mess it
June's.
up? You know,
Yeah, June's probably it.
Tim, when you were watching Madam Web, did anybody sneak in?
I don't know. I didn't see the movie.
Maybe
We saw
Either.
it all day.
I mean, I saw it in a casino. Okay, it was very strange. There's a lot of slot machines. It's hard to explain.
Yeah, there were some terrorist ads, really strange.
Ads.
I sneaked out during the first prequel Star Wars movie. If that counts.
Snuck into another one? You went and saw GoldenEye.
good. How many times has a movie been so bad you got up and walked out?
3.
That was
Two.
that Batman movie.
It only
Once.
happened one time with me. It was the Bye Bye Man. Remember that joke?
Oh no, Cole! I'm so sorry.
For me, it was Mystic River with Sean Penn. And
Really?
I had just gotten out of prison, and the last thing I wanted to see was anything involved with shady happenings with people going to jail and whatnot. It was like, man, I'm out.
I can understand that. That's one of my favorite movies, but I can understand that. Yeah.
Yeah, it was just timing. If I'd have seen it at any other time in my life, it'd have probably been cool. But no, man, I wasn't about watching somebody get railroaded into prison.
Right. Yeah. First movie I walked out of was X-Men 3.
Ooh,
X-Men 3 was the first movie I walked out of
Wow.
because the first two were so good, and when they killed Scott off, spoilers, and then they kill off Professor Xavier, I said, that's it, I'm done. Yeah, I know, right? And Santa Claus isn't real, by the way, while we're on this topic.
Wait, he isn't?
Uh-oh.
Not where you live.
Hey, now. Yeah, I remember 2 days after watching Cocktail getting a one-day chip again.
No, I thought you were going to use that.
That's a
line.
drinking
I
joke,
love it.
Kitty.
Yeah, I didn't get it. I really didn't. I was like,
No,
okay.
Only,
you know, when-
only us Alkies got it.
When
Try
you
using that line
decide,
with,
I'd rather alky, but I didn't get it.
Try
Guess I
using
just
that
didn't
line
know the
with
drink.
Coyote Ugly. That might work.
oh, another one-day chip.
Cocktail is a movie about where what's the actor's name? Tom Cruise plays a bartender, and there's a lot of alcohol being consumed in the
Good old
movie.
Cocktail.
When you start on your pathway to recovery, you get a one-day chip the
Uh-oh.
very first day, and then I think maybe you get one after a week, and then a
And then,
month,
it's like a
and
month, then
6 months.
3 months,
months.
6 months. Yeah.
and then another one-day chip,
Mm.
and you get as many as it takes to get you started on the right path. This
Well,
is not a
but
one-day
the
chip, by
problem
the way.
with
I'm
that
just
is
sticking with
they
that.
want you to celebrate, but they don't want you to celebrate.
Yeah, you don't want to celebrate. You're celebrating.
But the chips I got were good at the casino.
And
How many did they give you?
You just told them.
That was a big weekend. Took all the one-day chips.
No, I just want actual chips. I'm sorry. It's just not working properly.
Oh, wow.
For me.
That-
My brain's just.
You've got to read this in the right voice. Short men make drinks in a fancy way. He doesn't want to be seen
Short
laughing
man
at
make
that.
drinks in fancy way. Wow, what's wrong with you? Couldn't even finish that.
Welcome back, fat man. Hard month. All right, enough of that. So let's see here. Let's see. We talked about the X-Men drama Queens New York. Did we talk about Disney
Not
Presents Marvel's take on Fox's Deadpool yet?
Oh, no.
Wait, hold on. How does that even work? Disney presents Marvel's take on Fox's.
It's
So
the
what-
way they do, it's the way they do the books. Okay.
Is
Disney
Disney?
Disney
Is
takes
Disney-
all of the money that they have and they put it
Right.
into a big gigantic pool, and wherever they need to show growth, that's where they move it. And so something can look good, but it's all under the same thing. I mean, all of the money for Deadpool comes from Disney. It doesn't come from their Fox division, which is
Right.
under, it doesn't come from their Marvel's division,
Right.
because that's just letterhead. Okay.
Okay.
Disney is running it all.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
Ruining
they're
it
the
on
ones
you.
ruining the movies for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
spelling, ruining.
so, what we got here is, let me see, what do I have? I had something here for it, didn't I?
Gonzalez, I don't know if it's a play on words, but were you making a play on words of the comic book Marvel Presents?
I was not, no,
Oh,
because I'm not that clever.
okay.
No, you're right. You're more
Deadpool
clever
appeared in
than
any-
Marvel.
I
As
don't
of
think
late.
Deadpool appeared in any of those Marvel Presents books. I think that was Wolverine.
Well, no,
and
because
Cloud.
Deadpool didn't exist back then.
Marvel presents What If? No, we don't. We shall not talk about that here. No, what if?
What is Disney's? What is Marvel's take on Fox's Deadpool?
Well, you've got the you got the trailer had just come out, and everybody's making a big thing about the pegging comment in the comic book.
I mean,
I
It's
haven't
on
seen
brand.
it.
I know Disney happens to be
Yeah.
pushing the DEI inclusion and diversity and everything else, but now they're going to be introducing all kinds of other stuff. There was a headline. I don't know if I got it or not, but there was a headline that said that that Deadpool was going to be gayer than ever, and it's a good thing.
really?
And that was their take on what was going on, but just because they said
Because
it
of
was a
the
joke. It's a
pegging
throwaway
part?
joke, really. I think it's a throwaway joke. It's not really going to mean a whole lot.
Relax.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
But-
how gay was he in the first two? He wasn't.
Well, he got pegged.
Well, I was going to say it's a throwaway joke, but it's also a callback to a scene that happened in the first
Oh,
movie.
It's
Yeah.
a callback because it was Women's Day. Remember, it was.
And if you watch any of the the Disney TV shows, that type of scenario is not new to anything. They've got the double parents, the two dads, and all kinds of other stuff that's going on.
Right.
They got the activist black family thing that they have happening. So
I guess I
somebody
gotta
got
watch-
real excited from this throwaway joke, thinking that there's going to be a whole lot more happening in Deadpool, and that the relationship probably will be between Wolverine and Deadpool.
Oh,
who's gonna go with-
relax. They would never.
What?
I don't know.
That's what
No.
they're getting out of this. The
I-
most
No.
I've seen Deadpool in the comics, he made a sexual joke to Spider-Man when Spider-Man caught him in his web.
Great,
but
I will
he
sell
also
myself
makes
at
those
any
jokes to
price I choose.
I mean, he says that to everybody. I mean, he just does it to annoy people. That's his thing.
Yeah.
It's a shtick.
Yeah, like what was that one comic where he's hitting on She-Hulk and She-Hulk punches
Yes.
him in the face, and he goes, "Worth it."
That's exactly.
I think I've even seen that one.
Deadpool, R. Kelly, She-Hulk.
Do you think this Deadpool would do it to this version of She-Hulk, or would he have no interest in the new She-Hulk?
Oh, he would do it. He'd just get his ass beat. That's all.
Right.
Wolverine is no Lady Death.
This is a fact. I can tell you that for a fact because all those books up there are Lady Death, and none of them are Wolverine.
Nice. Nice.
Let's get a better look at these comics.
Those are all homage covers, Lady Death homage covers.
That is sweet.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I also have like one of the black medals, the John Boy Myers black medal, and a bunch of Lady Death stuff. When I first started,
Oddly enough, I never really liked Lady Death because I was so much more into Ernie. As soon as Ernie showed up, I don't have to worry about Lady Death anymore. I did love Ernie. He was good.
but see, for me, it was like I knew it was Brian and Francesca.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I knew that was the characters that they were, representing themselves sort of in comics. And I love those guys. Okay, Francesca is one of the smartest people in comics, man. When you guys know when COVID hit, when Seattle went down, okay, I'm pretty good friends with Brian, and I called him up and I'm like, dude, what are you gonna do? Seattle Comic-Con just went down, and he said, man, we caught our stuff before they put it in the building. Francesca got a hold of the shipping company and got them not to put it in the building. It's all being shipped back to Phoenix, and we're gonna have a big sale this weekend. I was like, you lucky motherfucker, man, because everybody else's stuff is locked in that building, and there ain't no show. They don't have their stock to sell. They can't set up their table. Nothing, right?
Wow.
And that turned into being the whole summer of not being able to do anything. That's how I got involved in all this. I started doing a monthly online con, and once a month we come out here for the whole weekend, 12 hours on Saturday, 12 hours on Sunday, and we'd promote one indie creator after another, dude. Like 24 hours worth of con over the weekend because nobody could set up tables anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
I did that for 38 months.
Oh,
38
wow.
months I did that. And it was like, then everybody was back at the cons and it kind of wasn't needed as much. And I had a new plan, Roku. I'm taking all these shows to Roku, man, to an actual TV network as opposed to being under the YouTube and Google overlords.
Nice.
That's cool. Oh, come on.
What?
Who wrote that shit? Angela Watercutter. Okay, I got a message for her later.
Does she even know what egging is?
Obviously not. Unless
It's
she's
what they've
somebody
been
who
doing to all
actually
the
does it.
IGs anyway.
If she's somebody that partakes, then I understand that. That's what I mean. I'm gonna have to send her a little message, find out where her head's at.
I have a theory of what can make this Deadpool movie the best in the MCU, but I don't want to bring it up right now. I will talk about it later, Rosales, after you talk about the topic, but I will bring it up as to what I think they should do with the film that could make it revolutionary.
Okay, it's already been done. They had a beautifully, perfectly CGI Juggernaut. You can't get better than that. I'm sorry. Because the Juggernaut is one of my favorite supervillains, and considering the last time we saw the Juggernaut on film, I'm so happy with what they did with the Juggernaut. Other than how they defeated him. Other than that,
Are you saying
like him?
Juggernaut or Juggernaut?
Juggernaut.
No. Juggernaut is MSK. Juggernaut is his own character. And Juggernaut, wait, was your favorite line "I'm the Juggernaut" biatch from X-Men 3? Did you love that? Shaden, was that your best?
I hated that. I go, when I first saw it, I'm going, who's that supposed to be? And when he said, I'm the Juggernaut, bitch, I go, no, you're not.
Juggernaut.
How do you think
He's
you
the
are?
Juggernaut.
I want to say hi to Grey Wolf real quick. That's one of our people from the Madness popping in. What's up, dude?
Hey, Grey Wolf.
New crowd of friends, man. What can I tell you? New crowd of friends.
Welcome. How to be here. Happy to have you here.
I love your lodge. We have a couple of them in Texas. Well, that's the Great Wolf's Lodge. Never mind. You didn't have anything to do with that, did you?
Actually, they have a
What?
Grey Wolf golf course in Sun City, West Phoenix. I've played it. It's cool.
I think it includes audience participation, Gray. I think that's what he's talking about.
Oh, we're gonna turn it into that. Okay.
Now, back in the 60s, they used to have this audience participation thing going where they would electrify the seats or spray water on people, what they call 4D now. But, this very, very sensory
God.
overload.
Tunnel vision. Used to have smell-o-vision.
Yeah, and I think
Really?
Yep.
maybe
Smell-
Joker's
So-
Deadpool has something to do with that.
What are you talking about? We already have audience participation by Marvel today. The pegging happens the other way for us now. It's the studio pegging us every weekend.
The future is female. So.
Good, good. I'm looking forward to that one. I'm looking forward to that Squad.
No, but Kitty, if in the movie, if they were going into a garbage dump, if they were going to a garbage dump, they would pump in the smell of a garbage dump. Or if they went into an open field, of flowers or whatever, they would pump in the odor of like an open field of grass or flowers or something like
Jeez.
that.
The only thing that I ever experienced was the what do you call it? Like just a fan or something like that, and then the seats moving and things like. Never smell. I
Fan
never did.
participation is Rocky Horror.
No, that's the only one. Yeah, that's the only one.
Right.
That's fan participation. And if this goes in that direction, they're going to have to lock the doors once people are in.
We also have to give credit to John Waters because he had his version of Smell-O-Vision, which would flash a colored dot on the screen, and the yellow dot had a number 1 on the card.
And you had
Oh,
to
okay.
scratch, the scratch and sniff ones.
Scratch and sniff, yes. And you would scratch and sniff the number 1, and it would smell like number 1. And you would scratch and sniff the number 2, and it would smell like number 2.
Smell like number 2.
There were like another 4 numbers that I couldn't tell you what they were.
And Kitty, in some cases, it was actually a number 1 and a number 2.
Yeah, no, I did. Like, I was just
That's
going
That's
to
the
say.
rest area.
That was
Right,
John
so you
Waters
can
for you,
smell-
though.
That's the rest area smell-o-vision. Number 1.
Yeah.
It's like having that sign on the end or before you go into a ride, or it says you may this ride it involves water, you may come out wet. Except for Deadpool, they need to say may come out of the viewing sticky. Just be prepared.
Well, no, that was the Twilight movies.
That's gonna it's gonna be really awkward if moms take their kids accidentally to this Deadpool. Let's just say if you thought it was awkward the first time,
Remember when he was telling his story to that kid? That was a nice Deadpool.
I just can't believe moms actually took their kids to see Deadpool 1 because of the marketing, and they were like, and walked out appalled that it was didn't know any better. I'm like, are you kidding
They
me?
can't do any research. It's like these are the same ones who took their kids to go see Isle of Dogs because they thought it was for kids because they animated dogs.
And then everyone said it was boring, and I was like, what are you talking about? It's an excellent film. It's
Really
just not a
boring.
children's film.
But the thing, Joker, Deadpool 1 was being promoted as a Valentine's movie. You know how many guys were at their girlfriend to go see it? Like, oh no, it's a Valentine's Day movie. Oh, okay, let's go watch.
Better than
Oh,
Fifty
it's great.
Shades.
It's a
very
meta joke, but
romantic.
at the same time, it's a joke for the men to bring their girlfriends to troll their girlfriends, which is great. It's brilliant.
Well, speaking of a Valentine's Day movie, there was one released on Valentine's Day this year.
Yeah.
Oh god.
And that happened to be
A film of all time.
one of the most talked about films of the weekend.
Yeah, because
Madam
we
Web.
all wanted to talk about what we had witnessed.
Did you actually watch it?
Yes.
Yes.
It's on my channel. We reviewed it.
The
How many
first,
breakups do you think this caused?
none, because nobody saw
Because
it.
nobody went.
Nobody but us went and
No.
saw it.
It's not the
Course
Barbie
nothing.
of this year. What are you talking
Yeah.
about?
It says here, in order for the box office for it to be a success, it needs to clear 200 million. Okay,
But
because it
has
was
a budget
less
of
than $100 million
100
budget.
million. So they're saying in order for them to be a success, they have to make that much profit.
Yeah. So we're looking this weekend. They were already at 12 million. So it's going to be a slow road
Yeah,
I
they got a
think.
long way to go.
to seeing as how like it was released on Wednesday and then it had a 64% drop.
From nothing to nothing.
Yeah, from bad to worse, basically.
I'm honestly surprised it's just a 64% drop.
I honestly thought this was supposed to be a TV show. I didn't even realize it was supposed to be a movie.
I'm
It
surprised
should
they
have
made
been
12
jaded,
million.
but then it would have been longer, and that wouldn't have been good for any of us.
I saw the trailer for it, and I'm going, "Oh, okay, this looks like a good TV show. This looks interesting." And then it was like,
It's
a
not
movie.
good at all in TV show or movie.
Yeah, I mean, I forgot that too with a lot of them.
I'm saying for a TV show, it looked good for a TV show. Like they were putting their effort into it.
I love this right here because it says Madam Web connects us all. Her web connects us all. And there he is with his
Oh.
ticket and all of the people he connected with at the movie theater.
Uh,
Hey, those are the best kind of theaters, though. If you
Well,
really
hold on.
watch a
That's-
movie,
that's
nobody
a doc-
there. That's the best.
That's a doctored photo because the picture on the left is for Madam Web. The picture on the right is for the latest A24 movie theater showing.
How
Wow.
fucking dare you?
I
How
knew
dare
it.
you?
I knew that
Everybody
was
saw
coming. I'm like, I
Iron
don't
Claw.
even.
Come on, everybody saw Iron Claw,
All right,
didn't
you know
they?
what? You're right. I was
Yes.
wrong. I was wrong, Cole. That can't be an A24 theater showing. There's too many seats.
Iron Claw was the best superhero movie of the year so far.
Yeah, it's the best family movie of the year.
Yes, absolutely.
I used to be the older brother. Now I ain't got no brothers.
That will break your heart.
We'll be your
Such a-
brothers,
No.
Daddy. It don't work that way, boys.
That wasn't in the movie.
Madam Conway.
I'm just mad they didn't have Chris
Madam Cobwebs.
in it.
I'm not kidding you, Jaded. You have perfect material for your show. You have to watch Madam Web, and when you watch it, you will realize it is the first movie in years that I've seen where I can't comprehend what's going on. It literally is like a mainstream movie made by Ed Wood. It's so incomprehensible, you will lose your
not
mind.
trash Ed Wood. That man was a directorial genius.
Yes, and this
You-
is a genius movie.
You will be surprised when you see this. You'll be like,
Okay,
yeah,
hold on. I tried. Okay, what you just said in regards to Madam Web, I got that from the Marvels because I watched about 45 minutes into the Marvels, and I'm going, I have no idea what's going on. It's just stuff happening,
yes.
like literally nothing. Like just
Yes,
stuff is
the,
happening.
the Marvels didn't have an all of a sudden appearance of an Amazonian wicker Spider-Man.
This is way worse. Believe it or not, somehow they've topped the Marvels, everything in general that you've seen of the worst of the
Wow.
MCU.
Batwoman.
I am shocked by what I thought. I knew it would be bad, but I had no clue how bad, the levels of bad I was to witness. It feels like an Ed Wood movie edited by one of the editors from Taken 2. It is the weirdest experience I've ever had. So if that sounds entertaining to you, watch it. I'm going to watch it again today because I'm trying to pinpoint if I literally missed certain things we talked about during our review. And I don't think I did. It's just poorly told.
It's the same
The
thing.
only- The only
I'm
thing
sorry.
that was really super comic accurate about Madam Web was the fact that they continued to talk during the action sequences.
Yes, it's the first movie I've seen where a bunch of girls during a chase sequence actually take time during the chase on foot or in car or whatever to talk about the most mundane, ridiculous things. And it's all exposition. Everything that everyone talks about in the entire film is exposition, and it's exposition that leads to nothing. Nothing.
very
It doesn't
realistic.
explain. It's insane. There's one rail of exposition that actually is somewhat helpful, and that's it. And then the entire dialogue between them is nothing but exposition, and it goes nowhere.
And after
Nowhere.
the action sequences, they have to sit down and calmly recap what just happened.
Yes.
The thing is, when I saw the trailer, I'm going, when am I going to see this old lady in a wheelchair?
Oh, you have to wait for the sequel.
I'm going, this is supposed to be Madam Web. Where's this old lady in a wheelchair? I never saw her. So
You might
it's like
get that
if
for 2 seconds at the end. You might
you
get
know
think this movie,
You know those end
serious.
credit
Do that
scenes you see at
Aunt
the
May
end of superhero
transformation.
movies? I'm sorry,
Yeah.
go ahead, Pops.
She went through that Aunt May transformation.
Yeah.
Oh, she got the Botox and looked
She
younger
went
and
from
dyed
the
her
little
hair.
old lady to the hot aunt or whatever. It's like,
Yeah.
what's going on?
You know
Yeah.
those end credit scenes that you see at the end of the superhero movies all the time?
Yeah.
All day.
What they did was they made a movie out of that.
It's true.
And
He's
it had
not
about
lying.
that much plot to it.
Yeah,
And
it was like an Amazing Spider-Man 2 where they teased the Rhino fight, but then it just cuts away at the end.
But here's the joke: Rosales is not lying, and here's the joke: they don't give you a mid-credit sequence or an after-credit sequence because the entire movie is
It's a
that.
credit sequence.
Yes.
And when asked about that, the director said, "Well, we said all we had to say in the film."
Yes,
got
they
nowhere to
literally
go
try to
with
make it
this
an
argument.
artistic
What?
choice. They said, "Hey, this is artistic vision. This is what we wanted. This is the
All
story we
about
wanted
telling
to
a great
tell."
story.
And
That-
putting that in would negate that. And I'm like,
Oh no, there's
what?
there's nothing like admitting you have nowhere to go from here. You know, obviously they didn't do a credit scene because they don't know where to go from here.
Yeah, because most of where they're sequel baiting is in the film. It's in the movie.
Cre-
And the stuff that they're talking about, that they're hinting at, is far more interesting than what the movie is showing us.
Like, oh,
And
this
the
could be
villain
actual-
could have been interesting, but they
Who's
don't
the
focus
villain?
on the villain or his real motive and what his power level is. They just are like,
Who's the
Doesn't
villain
matter.
in the movie?
Some toxic male illegal alien.
Duh.
some guy who can't act, who puts on a black Spider-Man suit that looks like a hand-me-down Miles Morales suit, and he stalks the girls. And the reason why he's trying to get rid of them, kill them, is because he has a premonition
Yes.
that they're going to show up in spider suits and kill him.
he's
And
like, "Oh, I better
we're
kill
like,
these
wait,
people I
so
saw."
he tried. Yeah, so we're like, wait, so is he the villain? Because as far as I'm concerned, he's trying to. It's self-defense. We don't know why he's trying to kill them, other than he's trying to
He did
protect
nothing
himself from
wrong.
dying.
But you know what this does is that actually puts a male in a female's perspective, because that's exactly how a future ex-girlfriend would think and act.
Right.
I'm going to do it to you before you do it to me, because I know you're going to do it to me, so I'll do it to you first so that you don't have to do it to me, and I won't have to suffer the way you made me suffer when I thought about it.
So dude had a bad acid trip, and then he went out and took it out on the people that were in his bad acid trip.
He chases them down, but I wouldn't say chases them. There's a scene, and Bob will tell you, because where we literally, Bob's brought it up in my review, that essentially he gives up on chasing them. He waits for them, and they just happen to meander into the plot where the villain is. He chases them, and he knows they're just going to cross that street and end up where he's at, because he just gets bored and waits and perches up on a building and waits for them to show up where he's at.
Very much
No
the spider in the web waiting on the fly.
Chill, if this sounds amazing to you, I'm telling you,
Uh-uh.
it's a challenge. You have to watch this movie.
I'll never pay to see this movie. I also don't care about Sony movies, but
We
the
didn't say to pay for it.
no post credit scene when Kraven the Hunter is supposed to be out is just mismanagement. Make people interested in
Right.
this.
Well, you know, it's Sony is learning from Stan Lee, who got so tired of creating things that he made everybody mutants. So in the Sony Spider-Verse, now everybody has to get a power from either an alien or a spider.
But they don't.
And
Don't they
so-
not get it? They don't get the powers in the movie, don't they? So now they don't even get powers. Like the whole thing is everybody expected the girls to be Spider Woman and do things. all the
Two
non-comic book
characters.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The real power was the power of friendship.
Yeah, that's
Friendship
true.
is magic.
She discovers she has one little hidden power at the end to save them all. But the entire time before that, she really doesn't have a self-defense power, except she can see the future as she runs. And they're running in high heels, and this man could have obliterated them 80 times during the movie because of how
Sorry,
strong he is, but he just doesn't. He's clumsy. He gets signs knocked over on
This is
top
like
of
the
him.
equivalent
He doesn't
of
have
if
spider
Jason
sense. It's like,
Voorhees
what?
couldn't kill any of the campers.
Yes.
Couldn't kill any of the
I'm really
campers.
glad I haven't watched this. Just looking at the comments and listening to you guys, it's like, man, that's money well saved.
This is the best thing. Suffer through if you want to watch it with your friends. Rosales and I did. Pete, Rosales, Cole, Bob, everybody. That's the way you
I'm
do
still
it. You watch it
recovering.
together. Yeah, Cole and I are in recovery right now. We go to AA meetings because of it now, because the amount of alcohol we drank over the night
We call them
to
DA
watch
meetings
this.
now.
Jim just pulls out.
Disney and,
What? I don't think you're supposed to show that on YouTube.
Yes, you're talking to the future Clamato gang.
I've already been numbed by so many superhero movies. I don't care anymore. I mean, it's like
Jaded, this one is the one to end all bad superhero movies. You will have a 3-hour epileptic fit on your channel
it's a
watching this.
3-hour movie.
It's 2
What?
hours actually,
Oh,
but it
geez.
feels
Oh.
like 3.
But on the plus side, there's only 10 minutes worth of actual story.
This is true. Wait till the best scene in the movie that has the best plot. It's the character development in the diner scene.
God.
That's all I'm gonna
If I
say.
can- If I can make it that far, because I don't
Yeah.
even know how. Far
I mean, I
I've
love the CPR scenes in it where it's like she's looking at something while trying to save someone's life, so she just decides to stop doing the CPR instead of doing it at the same time.
Oh my god.
I'm just gonna say
That's-
we don't call it AA when it comes to Disney movies. It's DA, Disney Anonymous, and we're all
Disney.
trying to break the addiction.
That
Said it
should be
needs
your new
200.
show, Rosales.
If you took out all of the spider stuff and the superhero nonsense, it would have been a fantastic ADHD story.
What the fuck?
He's not wrong.
Check out the spider stuff.
The day shots, the color palettes, horrible. The day shots look like a romantic comedy from the 90s, and the night shots look like a CW special.
Oh, okay.
Yes, Gray, for you, it's worth seeing. I do recommend you watching it and taking the time because
Absolutely.
I don't think much of your free time. So
Go ahead, Gray. I dare you.
So Chill, are you still up, Chill, or did you take a nap, or what's going on? Because I know
No.
you've had a busy weekend.
I slept.
Oh,
I slept
good.
like a good 7-8
Slept,
hours.
slept, real slept.
Yeah, slept.
Slept.
You know what?
Slept.
The slam dunk contest last night I watched was bad. Did any of you see it and also see Madam Web? Like, which was worse?
I didn't see the slam dunk.
I'll let you be the judge, Chill.
I've been watching slam dunk contests for a while now, so I
I only saw
Yeah,
highlights.
I saw the slam dunk contest. Yeah, I would say it's worse than Madam Web because at least the other one I can laugh at. Like that was just depressing. But it was depressing last year too. There was only like one person who like kind of saved it. It's been shit for a while.
Yeah,
And then Mac
man,
McClung did the same dunk he did last year. Like, how you gonna win doing the same dunk?
it
it's-
ain't been
it's
no good
fantastic,
since
but it's the
Amari
same dunk.
Stoudemire won it.
Sorry.
Ain't been no good since Stoudemire won it. He came out and flashed.
It stopped being good after Vince Carter. So.
Wait, in 2016 there was a great one, and then in 2020 it was another good one where like the guys kept dunking and the judges gave 50, and they're like, okay, round 5, and they kept going longer. So there've been some good ones. You just have to wait every 3 years.
Jaded should do the slam dunk contest. He's aerodynamic now with his hair gone. He would ace that.
I think you should do a show covering it, Phil.
There's a movie called White Man Can't Jump, and it applies to me. Okay, I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah. Oh, don't remind me of that remake. Oh,
I
God.
could to save my life.
Yeah. Remember when the director DM'd me because he was upset when I called his film shit?
Yeah. To remember that.
Yeah, he had to delete his Twitter though, sadly.
Thank
We
you,
can't
Cole, for
have
reminding me
obligatory
of that
sports
remake. By the way,
Why couldn't you
I
do
was
that to
just
Davi?
about
You can't have obligatory sports talk without talking
good old
about
Davi.
Taylor Swift.
Yeah, Rosales. I found out. It's crazy. Rosales has like a really big fan. He's a big, upstanding, member of Hollywood. Robert Davi. He loves
Yes,
his work.
he came real close to almost buying a comic.
Yeah, almost.
No, your comic industry.
He claims.
My comic industry. He almost bought my comic industry. That's right.
He bought the whole thing. He almost got. Why did he
Almost.
buy the whole thing?
Almost until he saw my rude and abrasive comments
Can
about
you
his
imagine?
film.
Can you imagine if he bought Rosales' the entire comic company? He's like, all right, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna do comics, nothing but political comics right now.
If he
That's
buys
awesome.
my industry, everybody's going to be upset. Why do we have to
Yeah,
go back to work? Robert Davi bought retirement.
Yeah, he's gonna do a comic where like Biden is like Dahmer.
Oh my god.
Oh wow! This close to some kind of Twitter feud. This close, but then then it was nap time.
Oh, trust me, Cole and I can get you into Twitter feud. Give us a few hours.
The only thing about the slam dunk contest was seeing somebody say that word.
Giannis.
Thank you. Wear Shaq's suit and the commentary. Wear Shaq's suit.
The only things were Shaq's suit and the commentary, which the
Is there
commentary
anything
is
good
always
about
good.
it?
I like the commentary all the time. So that broadcast team can make doo-doo sound good, but still the performances are not like that's
They
that's
don't
what
wanna
makes the
be
crowd
there.
wild.
Isn't it crazy we live in a time where the commentary is the entertainment? Like, you can have a bunch of drunk guys in a room laughing about horrible performances of anything. It could be Twitch streamers playing Halo. It could be, in this case, it's a slam dunk
Commentary
contest.
is-
It could be anything.
Like, commentary can't save everything. The Super Bowl victory parade couldn't have been saved by commentary.
I don't know. Get Cole and I on a segment. Maybe we can fix something.
I don't know.
Oh, God,
Commentary
you're gonna be
can't save
uncomfortable.
the Cody Rhodes Rock feud. Segway.
Ooh.
If you smell,
Rock was in the middle of talking. A fan was speaking really loudly, and the microphone picked it up. And he says, "Hey, listen, fat boy, I will slap the herpes off your lips." I said, "Whoa, you're not supposed to say that. That's not what." He's unhinged, but he's the boss too, right? Because he literally is on the board of the new
directors.
company.
Yes.
So that's what's it called? TKO.
TKO.
He can
Yes.
do whatever he
Board of
wants.
directors. Apparently, they had an opening.
I would take it. Like, you get a celebrity in there. You also get someone who knows how to be successful in this field. He's
Now-
got some administrative roles in the not NFL but XFL. He's
UFL now. It's the UFL. It's the
Yeah, I mean, doesn't
XFL
know how
and
to
the
be
USFL
successful.
combined together into one league, and they're calling it the UFL.
so The Rock really is worthy of that position. Like, he's worked this hard to get there, and it makes sense.
And he's Black Adam, so everybody should bow down.
And
Yeah.
the thing about this is that they really wanted him there, and the proof of that is in two things. Okay, one, he was promised a WrestleMania headline main event. Okay, now that's in his contract. Why nobody else was told about that? It's in his contract. It's none of their business. That type of stuff goes in the non-disclosure agreements and whatnot. And why, you're never told what your other employees are paid or how they got there. The second thing was, and he bragged about this, was getting the Rock name back. It is now his copyright ownership. Whenever they say the Rock now,
he gets
they
paid.
paid the Rock a little bit extra money. So they really needed him on the TKO board of directors. And because of that negotiations that happened outside of the purview of creative, it put everybody in a really bad space because creative had this long-term plan, 2 years
Right.
now in the making.
They had to rewrite everything, man.
Yeah. And so, it put them in a difficult position because they are legally bound to put him as a headliner in WrestleMania. And at any moment, even though he's on the board of directors and he's one of the company, he could lord that over them and take more of what he's already got. So,
You know what he really has, though? He's got Oprah's friendship and a trip to Maui.
Uh-oh. Rosales' stream will get censored on that one. Can't bring
So-
that up.
so the thing about it is that now they went into that. They confronted everybody. They made sure it happens. They made Cody give up his spot with a nice handshake and a hug, and everybody saw that it was bad business.
Mhm.
And I had mentioned to Chill that the only way that was going to be a good story was if he had opposition. The Rock was going to have to turn heel. I think it was a comment I put it in. The Rock is going to have to turn heel, and they're going to have to stand in his way in order for it to be like a Daniel Bryan kind of situation where he works his way through that. He's going to now have to earn it a second time around. And when
Kitty's like, "Yeah, Daniel Bryan, I know him."
Yeah,
when
Tony, you know all
when he
about it.
handed it away, I thought
a
to
big
myself,
fan,
that's
big
really
fan.
not going to work. Sure enough, a week later, Rock knows what's good for business, and he's decided to back off, at least on part of it. But I think what they're going to wind up doing is a tag team match as opposed to Rock and Cody on night one, and then
Well, of course, man.
You know.
Roman ain't giving up that title. Come on.
So in other words,
You ain't giving it up. It breaks the records, man. You ain't giving it up.
I
So
think.
in other
Please go ahead.
I'm saying, in other words, The Rock is still ruining wrestling. Okay, I understand.
Yes, yes.
No, I
And
disagree.
Hollywood.
I disagree. WrestleMania is a 2-night event, and he's supposed to have a headline match in his contract. Well, just have the headline match on night 1. It'll be the last night of the match of the night, and then Cody can get his title match against Roman, and The Rock will be like, you know what? I did what I did. I advertised this year's WrestleMania. I wrestled. Just because it wasn't the last match of the second night, it doesn't mean it wasn't a main event. It main evented the first night.
It isn't a main event. Sorry.
It does ruin it for the women because they were hoping to get at least one of the nights, either Rhea Ripley or Bailey on one of those nights to headline. Because they are doing a better job than AEW at pushing the women and making them feel like a bigger deal than they are.
They're giving Rhea Elimination Chamber in Adelaide, though. She gets to do that in front of her home crowd. So
Yeah,
they're not
but
gonna
it's
turn
a
around and give
3-minute
her
match. It's against what's her name?
I'm just saying they're not going to turn around and give her WrestleMania on the next event when she just got what she wanted in front of her home fans.
But you know what? That is The Rock's cousin, though.
Rhea Ripley,
No, the who she's facing,
Nia Jax.
Nia Jax. Yeah, she's part of the family now. She's now part of the
Bloodline.
big wrestling family.
Jaded, I think the
No.
best way to say it is that The Rock is pulling a Kathleen Kennedy. He ruined certain studios in Hollywood, and it's on fire. So he jumps out of that sinking ship and goes
And then
back
the-
to wrestling, and
Well,
then it sinks just like Star Wars.
Like the one he burned down the first time.
Sucked up the USFL while he was on the way.
And then we'll come over here and damage wrestling now.
He's been, oh please, The Rock has been damaging wrestling since day one.
And then he'll go back to TV though. Mark my words. If this doesn't work out, or somewhere in between when the ratings start to go down, you'll see him in TV again.
And now he's ruining
ramp up.
A24. Damn.
He would
Oh,
be
yeah.
a great announcer.
And Disney.
He'd be a
Oh,
great
yeah, he's got-
announcer.
Just keeps going back and forth.
He's
We got
making all
Moana.
of Moana, and
Yep.
the
Oh
star
my
of that
god,
show.
what is happening with him?
I like
star
what
of-
Seth Rollins said on the
Yeah.
microphone. He said, "What can I say except you're welcome?" And he was like half singing it also, and that was a really cheeky line to say in the WWE.
That was good. That was good.
So far, still sounds better than Madam Web.
Most things
We haven't
will.
seen yet.
Isolated Mountain Frog Wrestling. Man, I need to buy that right now. That's it's going to
Yeah,
be a
that's like a
website that I'm going to
important-
buy right now.
That
Isolated
wrestling
Mountain Frog
promotion.
Wrestling.
It doesn't matter if I'm
They could go full Daniel Bryan and make Cody have to face The Rock to win the face Roman Reigns on night 2. That is a possibility. Also, a possibility is a tag team match between Roman and The Rock versus
Seth and Cody.
Actually, you know what? It'd be interesting if they did a Money in the Bank event where he cashes that in.
Well, I mean, I don't think it's going to be cashed in anytime soon while Rollins is injured.
Oh yeah, because if it's a tag match, Seth Rollins will probably get cashed in
Hurt again.
on.
They'll
Damien
probably
Bob,
hurt
I
him,
didn't
too.
know you were a wrestling connoisseur, Bob. By the way, aren't you supposed to be taking those photos?
It doesn't matter if I damage wrestling. Quick, is that The Rock or LA Knight?
Yeah, I'm sorry. The night
Oh
one
my
main
God.
event means nothing. They're just doing this stuff because everybody was pissed that they just give the main events every year to Roman because they just want to ride his pull, and then some random part timer every year. So they just did the night one thing now to make everybody feel better. But no, it doesn't mean shit. It's still just night 2 that
But
matters.
it is good to see pegging move to wrestling too.
You know,
I disagree with Cole. I think main eventing, if you're the last match and there's 7 matches, you main evented. So what if tomorrow there's another event in the same arena? There's
Yeah, but
two main events.
which one is the last one of the whole pay per view? That's all
I
that matters.
understand it would be higher profile to be main event for the second. It just doesn't mean that first night isn't also a main event.
Yeah, but it means like barely anything compared to night 2.
If I watch a match at WrestleMania and I have to go back to the hotel right
Mhm.
afterwards, that was the main event.
Yeah,
If I come back the next
spent
night,
3 hours.
second main event.
It climaxed with the most important thing on the card. It was the main event.
Quite a climax. I'm always taking photos. I've been watching wrestling for over 30 years now.
Bob, go get the gun.
There's always a match. Oh, shut up, Wesley.
My problem
There's
is
always a
that
match
Roman now is Brock. He rarely defends. He comes out and talks a lot of shit, but he doesn't do anything. Okay, when he does get in a match, he's got people bail him out every match.
Yeah, this
I can't wait
reign's
to see
just
him take
been
over the role of Aquaman.
This is not a title reign. This is
Yeah,
holding the WWE fans
it's
hostage.
garbage.
I
Yeah.
have a theory. His health concerns have returned. Didn't he say,
That could be.
my name's Joe and I got leukemia?
Yeah,
What if
that
he's
could be.
fighting that on the side right now when we don't see him on TV?
But see, he said something last time. I'm taking a break because. Okay, this time he's just showing up on TV, showing up in the ring, talking, but he's not fighting.
But now that's the enigma that is the WWE when it comes to different things. All kidding aside, if you are in some sort of serious state, the WWE will, for the most part, help you and keep you going. They looked after him when he was taking care of his grandparents during COVID, and he didn't want to expose himself to COVID, and so they let him not wrestle, so that he wouldn't endanger his grandparents. That's understandable. That's a great thing. When Draws got hurt, and the same thing with Kidd, whatever that Tyson Kidd, they kept him on the payroll. At least with Draws, they kept him on the payroll until he passed away. He was always taken care of, and so they look after those with health concerns. They didn't say anything right off the bat with his leukemia the first time around. They won't say anything now if he's dealing with it, but they will allow him to work as much as possible, because whether you're on TV or not, you do have a guarantee. But if you do show up for TV, you're going to make a whole lot more. And if you got bills, that's going to make the difference. Kitty, who you waving to?
Wayne.
Wayne's one of our guys. Wayne is he's an author that writes books about mafia people. He's a target, believe it or not. That dude's a target. But he's a good dude, friend of ours from the Madness. We cover everything, man. We cover it all.
Nice.
No, we were being nice, but Jaded Fanboy was like, in the middle of.
We're talking about WWE, who goes, yeah, your leg's broken. Yeah, wear a leg brace.
Yeah.
You'll be fine. Walk it off.
Yeah, well, like, there have been a number of wrestlers who were in serious injury, and Ed McMahon, or whatever his name is, Ed McMahon, is going, yeah, that's nice. You're still on the card tonight.
Yeah. You have brain damage. You got 6 concussions. Just take a painkiller. Oh, you murdered your family. Oops.
They're
That's
not
what
like that
Batman did to
anymore.
Barbara Gordon. He just said, put on the leg brace, get to work.
Okay. Like, this is the WWE.
Walk it off.
I don't know what kindness and wonderful.
That's what makes them an enigma. See, I mean, they one part of the company that doesn't know what the other part of the company is doing because they signed an NDA agreement. It's all part of the same thing. It's some of it's good, some of it's bad. And there's a lot that's bad. There's a lot that's bad.
Few wrestlers. There are a few wrestlers that lost their career because they had to they had to wrestle injured.
I don't think Zach Gowen was one of those.
How bad is it, Rosales? Is it green milk bad? I'm setting up the clip.
Oh, I didn't bring it up. I didn't download it. Gosh darn it.
Damn.
Oh.
Does no one understand the Zach Gowen reference?
I love how nobody else got that joke. He was a wrestler who
I'm not
only
gonna
had
get
one
any of
leg.
these jokes.
You see that guy right there? In the middle?
Yeah.
Ah.
That's
Oh.
Zach Gowen.
Yeah. Well, there's a reason I don't know who he is, because I wouldn't have cared.
So
got one
Rosales
leg.
is right. Pegging is in wrestling.
Ba-dum-bum. Hey.
England.
Which I had my soundboard with me. All I got is echo.
That dude got ragdolled, man.
Yeah.
That dude got ragdolled when he was in the WWE. It was hilarious.
Oh my God, he's tinier than my cousin. Why is he in the ring?
Yeah.
Can he take a bump?
We
Put
are
him in the ring.
playing
Put him in the 12-man.
45 minutes.
That poor
I mean,
man.
15 minutes.
How did he run down the thing to get to the?
Well, sometimes he'll have the fake one with him, and then he'll like undo it.
No.
And then he beats somebody over the head with it. That'd be epic.
I think
So
it was
bam.
the sack race is what it was.
If
He
he did that,
had
I
a
would
potato sack and he came out of it.
He's got a leg up on
Yeah.
the situation.
Yeah, if only Kerry Von Erich did that.
He put his best foot forward.
Nothing wrong with hobbling. Jill looks like
Tuned
my
out for a
father,
minute.
very disappointed in me.
You know what?
He's,
You know what?
he's
though?
about to put his foot down.
They could easily. They could have introduced a new type of match. They could have called it the three-legged match.
Well, that sounds good. No, you can convince me. Give me more. How do you win this three-legged match?
Well, if it's an ass-kicking contest.
There you go.
So
Ask
a
Andre
tag
the Giant.
team?
He had 3 legs.
You take a tag team and you say, "Hey guys, two guys."
Joker.
Yeah. And have the
According
leg-
to all the ladies, Andre the Giant had a 3rd leg. I'm just saying.
Yeah, so did Bautista.
How close is?
Zoom
Oh,
into
go back.
Jill's face. Play Hello Darkness, my old friend.
You're talking about Bruno Sammartino's
Yeah.
record?
His record.
No, not even close.
Oh, okay. I'm saying is Roman's that close to Bruno's?
No, it's like 1,200 days, so it's
Oh,
not
okay.
even close.
I think what should happen here at WrestleMania is Cody needs to, against all opposition and with all kinds of interference, win the match only to have the belt stripped from him moments later, so that his story and his father's story of winning the belt comes completely full circle. And I think they can milk another year out of it.
No, that's so risky.
It is risky, but I think it's worth the payoff, because then Roman can claim that because it was stripped from him, he never actually lost it, and he can continue forward to the Bruno Sammartino thing, and eventually they can have the Rock and Roman Reigns pissing contest, which I think is lame now because he snapped right into attention and right behind him, so we know who the head of the family is.
Yeah.
You know, the head of the table is The Rock. He stepped right up and stepped right behind him, and he's walking like a scolded dog, you know? So, I mean, that storyline is moot anyway. There's no reason for them to have a match.
Yeah, just please, no.
Wrestling opinion.
Yeah, please no. Just take it off of him already.
Oh.
God.
At least they changed course. They noticed that they were going to be booed, and they said, "Fine,
Mhm.
I'll just play the bad guy."
Yeah.
That's good. You know, they listen to the fans and they act
Yeah.
accordingly. So
Yeah, finally, for once.
If you want to feel the
Zoom in at Jill's face again.
And I didn't. I don't need the music consolation, but I'm enjoying it. Thank you.
It's time for a dance party.
No, it's not.
Get to
You don't
dancing.
have to. It actually. It's the way you get to the start it again when you start when the first here it comes. Chill's also on it. Yes, Chill.
Yeah, like, what is this music?
From the Barbie movie, that'll get her then.
Rosales,
It's
you
from-
should make them.
It's
Okay.
this is from some Italian kids TV show where these giant Sid Marty Krofft puppets interact with bikini babes.
Yes.
And
Yeah, it's Italian TV is great.
Okay, I see. I thought it was like the last song Bruiser Brody heard. Okay.
What? I do not have a comic book. I wish
You
I had a
should
comic book.
you
But,
should make them dance in between each segment, Rosales, to this song. Should be your segue.
Yes, exactly. There's my comic book.
Oh, the Amazing Spider-Man.
Oh, that's pretty good.
oh wow,
Cute
Nice.
little Kirby.
We also have another person in the chat, Flip City Magazine, which is one of our associate sponsors in the madness. Their stuff is hilarious, guys. Hilarious.
Ah,
Check it out.
Might be surprised, but what I'm reading. I'm reading
Let's see.
the spirit.
Remember when the guy that does the politically correct, Bill Maher? When Bill Maher had a bunch of wrestlers on and tried to talk about how great wrestling was.
Ooh, Roddy was going to kick his ass.
Piper gets up and starts pulling off his vest and goes, "Yeah."
Yeah, Piper was going to beat his ass. He was getting hot, dude.
Yes. Oh, it's strange. I go, really? Let me explain to you some of the people who died and all of the injuries we got.
Yeah, why don't you explain it to Owen Hart's wife?
Or,
That was a harsh comment.
Oh, shoot. The comedian Man on the Moon with
Oh,
Kaufman?
Andy
Andy
Kaufman.
Kaufman.
Idiot.
and Jerry the King Lawler. Oh, God, yeah. Try explaining to them now it's fake.
That's a great
You know,
match.
that's the
hilarious.
thing. You know, he's dove off the loony bin right there. You know, with the everybody's energy stuff like that, and he truly believed in his heart that he was channeling Andy Kaufman, and yet he gave Jerry the King Lawler all kinds of crap while he was on set. There was no way that they were actually at odds like they were on TV if they were working a program together, you know? And even the script showed that they were working the program together. You know, it's like, I thought we were getting some good TV. We were doing this nice.
Yeah.
But still, when he was in the Andy Kaufman mode, he was giving him crap. And Jerry explained it and said, hey, you know what? I tried to tell him that's not the way it was, you know, and he's not like that. And so, you know, I don't understand why he got into this whole thing and just thinks that, you know, oh, yeah, that's right. He's insane. That's all there is to it.
Why did he do that? Because
Comedy. He was a comedian. He's a comedy. He found something he could bounce off of. He did it.
You know,
You guys
Andy-
showing off comics. I'm going to show the one I'm reading right now. This is called Slaughterville #2, the slasher. This guy doesn't just do comics. He does tabletop games. He also has an RPG that I'm proofreading the core rule book right now for. Slaughterville, the role-playing game. We're playing this Friday mornings on the network. If you guys want to check this out, this is good stuff. Having a blast.
where do they find you on the YouTube
on
there,
the
Pops?
interwebs, on the YouTube.
Madness
Because I'm like, I need to
Network.
sub.
The
And
Madness
you're also
Network.
on the Roku.
We have a Roku preview channel up. We're taking all of our content to Roku.
Mhm.
Everybody in the Madness is taking their shows there. Not that they're not still going to do them everywhere else, but
Yeah.
we're going to be uploading our content to the Roku platform.
And you've also got you've got stuff going up now on the My Pillow Network, otherwise known as Rumble.
No, see, I put dude, when Rumble first popped up, I jumped on board, right? I probably have 1,000 videos on Rumble, never got no play. Just didn't get no play. Comics ain't big over there, you know?
Yeah,
And
it's very different as opposed to YouTube. And
yeah, I mean, but even YouTube, okay, I'm not happy with the way
the
they run
algorithm
things.
and stuff. Yeah, it's a mess.
Yeah, so, you know,
I'm sure
Roku,
YouTube's not happy with this particular stream.
Roku's fun. Okay,
We're
Roku looks-
great. We're
every
fine.
time I'm
We're
pulling up
delightful.
something like American Horror's channel on Roku, Hart Fisher's channel, it's great. I love watching that. You know, not just because of the content, because of the way Hart runs the channel. Okay, it's pretty freaking cool. I'm looking at this and I'm like, man, we have all these people that provide content to my network. Okay,
Mhm.
I need to be able to do something better for them and take them to another level, right? YouTube is unsaturated, bro.
Mm.
There's so many shows all the time. You can't
But
watch
everybody here is doing something on some sort of thing, like a streaming platform. Jaded, what do you got coming up this week? You gonna
Apparently,
grow some hair?
I always do. No. What I'm going to do is I'm going to manscape. That's what I'm going to do. That's what I got.
Oh,
Oh, please
Awesome.
don't do that on your YouTube.
Well, he's gonna live
channel.
stream. He's gonna live stream while he mows the lawn.
You should
Look at this
you
shirt,
should
yo.
do a time cap
Look at
of
this
you
shirt,
growing
yo.
your hair.
Look at this.
Oh, hey. Hey.
more views than anything I've ever done. That's how ridiculous YouTube is. But apparently, what I'm doing, I guess, when you ask what have I got coming up, apparently I'm going to be watching, Madam Web and reviewing it.
Oh.
Yes.
There's a little flask you can take with you. It'll be awesome. It'll help.
And
That was
Jaded,
my grandson.
if you don't want to go alone, I'll happily be a special guest on. I have no problem bringing my notes from my review.
From your multiple viewings as well. If you are viewing it again.
What I want to try and do, but I don't think it's allowed on YouTube, is I want to do something like Mystery Science Theater 2000, where the movie's being played, and then I'll just stop and I go, let me explain how this is stupid. And then do that as the movie goes along. But the problem is, with
YouTube won't let you do it, but we'll let you do it on the Roku network.
Yeah, the thing is, though, if I do that, the video is going to be like 5 hours long because I'm going to be constantly stopping to explain all the stupid.
And you'll have to demonetize it.
Well, we have a show called the Horror Movie Club.
I'm not worried about monetization.
We have a show called the Horror Movie Club, and what we do is we drop the Tubi link in the description and let everybody watch the movie, and then we have a show where everybody comes out and talks about it. And we show the trailer, and the trailer even gets blacked out on YouTube, guys. They don't like it.
Yeah.
They don't like us doing that. Okay?
That's what Creature Features did. They went to Roku, and because they were, they still do their thing on YouTube, but they get away with a lot more Roku, and that's because everybody says that Roku works better with
I
creators.
record all the Horror Movie Club shows. I record them so that we can upload them to Roku later, uncut, unscrewed up by YouTube.
I did a stream for Plan 9 from Outer Space where we did a Mystery Science Theater 3000 kind of thing, and I got dinged for that by YouTube, even though it's in the public domain. So
that's because they show it in their playlist on YouTube. We got the same thing. We showed a Christmas movie on Christmas, right? And they hit us, and it's a public domain movie, but it's a movie that YouTube charges people to watch. So if you showed it, they nailed you for it.
Anyway, I'm heading out. Thanks for putting me on, Rosales.
Have a smooth week.
I will try.
Have a good one. Have a good one.
Bye, guys.
Thanks for being here, buddy.
Man, I can't believe you did that.
It'll be a close cut, but I'll try.
I
Good
met
luck
the
with the
dude
digging.
yesterday. He had a nice head of hair. I see him today, and it's like, whoa!
Yeah, it really threw me for a loop, but that's Jaded. Jaded is the type of person to just make everybody unhappy with their original take. Like, I saw him yesterday, and I was like, hey, he has a good head of hair, and then I wake up this morning, and it's all gone.
Yeah,
He's like,
and the hair
"I
guy
was
looks
like
natural.
Yep. Even Miss left because of it.
Oh, she was so hot.
Dude,
It
Over
said-
that.
She said, your
She
hair is
actually got
gone, I'm
flustered.
gone. She's like,
She could not stay on. She would have been here, Pops, but she saw he accidentally flashed the head.
so funny.
He wasn't even going to show his face. He was going to do like this whole number right here. Hang on, let me do mine. It's going to be something like.
I think if Chill ever cut his hair, he'd lose his powers. That hair is too beautiful to cut. Don't ever shave that hair.
Yeah.
Look at the Widow's Peak happening though. Like it's hidden, but it's there. Look at that stuff. Ooh.
It's the
And I
crown that's
give
going
it
to sneak up
away.
on you.
You guys know that guy who looks really old and he does the videos. Hey guys, come here. His name is Jordan. He's like, this is the fast food secrets. That guy. He
Yeah.
looks like
the really skinny guy. Yeah.
So that guy, he was like, you want to grow your hair, you have to put avocado oil and peppermint oil, and when you rub it, it'll stimulate hair growth. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna see if he's bullshitting or not. So I'll do one side.
But if there's no follicles there, if the follicle's dead,
He said it works. I know scientifically it doesn't make sense, right? Follicles.
And it's got to be
epidermis.
real because it was on the internet.
Yeah.
You also put mayonnaise in your hair like Big Ed does
What,
from
Big Ed,
TLC.
yeah.
And you also have to set it on
that's
fire.
actually what I'm gonna go and do now.
Yeah.
Hair
That's hair
mayonnaise.
mayonnaise, though. You're smart. You got the actual hair mayonnaise. He thought he could just get a jar of Hellman's and slap
Just normal.
Well, they
Wait,
recommend
that's
that
not
for a
what you're
dog's
supposed to do?
coat. They do.
Yeah.
They recommend that for a dog's coat with the egg yolks and the egg whites and the oils and the things. That's mayonnaise, And so,
Yeah.
every now
once
and then
again,
I'll
it's
just grab a jar of mayonnaise, a slice of ham, and some cheese, and me and the dog will have some fun.
And if you can't get them to hold still, you can actually, this is no joke, you can actually take coconut oil and put it in their food and just have them eat it every morning. And it'll do the
I
same
told
thing.
you guys about this. Okay. Now you just brought up the hair mayo thing. One of the characters playing in this game is a penultimate Karen. Okay. She's playing a Karen. And
Love it.
this Karen is a mayo heiress.
Oh.
A mayo heiress.
Yeah, like the heiress to a Mayo
Miss
empire,
Hellman.
right? And she is like the most entitled. Lori Calcaterra, the lady that does the Tuesday Morning Brew on the Madness, is playing this character. And she
Sounds like
basically
Cole's a
stole the
male
show.
heiress.
We have the GM and all the characters now are playing off of what she does because she's doing. It's so funny what she's doing.
Let me ask you this: what kind of negatives does she have to her saving throws?
She doesn't have any strength or force whatsoever, but she has this indomitable will.
Oh.
Okay, she's a Karen, yo.
Will of the Karen.
Agree with words.
I've got to get going, guys.
Kitty, what are you going to be doing later? Are you going to be reading a
No.
book?
Going to be reading a book. That's I'm
Pal World.
I'm playing. No, I was playing Pal World, and it was glitching bad. Okay, I died several times. But then I'm gonna go and play PUBG with my husband, and but I'm going to have the book playing in my ear.
Well, Kitty, I need
Oh,
to tell you this. I am setting up a second edition of My Frankenstein. A good friend of mine had to take a look at this book. You may see him here, Chillmonger. He went through the book and he found some mistakes that were made in the printing process that I have since corrected. So I'm going through now, I think, Lulu, I think it is, to produce a second edition of the book. So it'll now be easier for all of our international fans to get a hold of this.
Nice.
And there will be corrections made from this particular book in the Lulu one that won't be present there anymore. There's going to be a brand new cover design and everything else, and it'll be available to you. It'll be still full color, but it'll be
Awesome.
available.
You should be able to
Awesome.
easily get it now in your bunkers. that you
Yeah.
guys live in.
I just want you to know, Rosales, I hire out for proofreading. That's that's my industry thing.
Well,
because-
I'm an independent comic book producer, so I can't afford a proofreader.
Oh, I looked at what people charge for that, and I was blown away. I could never charge that much. People charging like $0.015 per word.
Oh, get out of here!
Yeah,
You charge me
$0.015.
$0.015.
Ridiculous.
You're correct. I might do it.
I do. The deal with me is when I read anything that's misspelled or whatever, just like jumps off the page at me, like it's in a bold font, different font, bold, italicized. Every mistake just jumps off. It takes me out of the story, right? So I started telling people, "Hey, look, I'll look your stuff over before you print it. Send me files. I'll do it for you. I do it for next to nothing. I do it because I don't want people to produce something that
Well,
ain't.
when you do it for nothing, that's when I'll give you a call. 'Cause
It's pretty close to that.
until I have to at least be able to pay myself before I can start paying other
I hear
people.
you.
I'm not going to string anybody along. I'm not going to put anybody on a condition. I'm not going to say,
Right.
hey, if we make a profit, we make a profit, and then you can get paid. I don't do any kind of things like that. So
For me, it was more of a, I don't want your book to I don't want to be taken out of the story.
Mhm.
So I'd rather look your book over and make sure that it's right before you print it, so it doesn't happen
Yeah,
to anybody else.
and I'd love to be able to pay you to do that too.
It ain't
And
even,
one day I will.
I mean, it ain't even all about the pay; it's about the product.
Hey,
One
soon with
day
that
I
Sony
will.
money, you can.
So
What
it's
if there's a spelling mistake that's seen, right? And it's not a mistake. You actually were talking about a guy named, I don't know, Rinaldi. You're
names are
that's
something
supposed
you
to say Ronaldo, but it says Rinaldi. And you're like, no. I said
Names
Rinaldi
are
on
something
purpose.
you have to get with the
Right.
writer about and make sure that the names are same with like the credits page. I'll be honest with you, most mistakes I find are on the credits page of a comic. Somebody's name's misspelled, something like that, right? I find more in the first 2 pages than the rest of the book.
Wow.
It's like their book, the story they're paying
Yeah.
attention to. That credits page, whatever. I don't know how dude's name's spelled. Here it is. You see what I'm saying? It's like this is where you have to get with the writer. You make sure that those things are correct. names in the story, yeah, that's up to the writer. Whatever he put, that's what I'm going with because he's writing a story. He's a one name guy. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to edit or change flow of the story or anything. I just talk about the damn word.
See, I'm the type, if I get a mistake or some sort of error, I'll be like, no. You just don't understand what that means. But there's a reason why he used that verb. It'll make sense in issue 6. Don't worry.
There was a scene in The Odd Couple, the stage play, where the guys are talking about their wives. And one of the guys whose wife's name isn't Blanche started talking about his wife, Blanche. And while I was reading that in the play itself, I was reading the play, I thought, well, that's kind of a weird mistake to happen. And, I actually went and I circled it in the book because I wanted to come back to that. Turns out that one of the other characters also recognized that he was talking about the wrong wife and called him out in the story, in the play. Your wife's not, your wife isn't named Blanche. That's my wife. So sometimes when you see a mistake, it's not really a mistake. Or if somebody can find it, maybe you can make a correction in there like that and play it off like it wasn't a mistake. So it's interesting how things can play out.
That's why I don't mess with the flow because I don't know what dude's got planned in the future. I don't know if that's something there was.
Could have been a shapeshifter speaking. Right? The shapeshifter could have been saying something, and he was like, "Oh, I forgot the character I'm playing. I'm supposed," and that's the mistake. Huh?
That's
or if you're Kevin Feige, it's not a mistake. It's all part of the plan. I'll tell you later when I think it up.
Spelling and punctuation. That's the only thing I'm looking at. I don't want to be an editor. I'm a proofreader. There's a difference.
Yeah, well, this was basically what was it? It was lettering. It was outside of the bubble, I think, is what it was that you found, Jill.
Mm-hmm.
My book is so memorable.
Yeah, I don't remember. I told it's in a video. Go watch the video.
And where can they find this video, Jill Munger?
On the YouTube channel, spelt just like that. And I'm gonna be doing a Black Panther comic book review coming up in an hour from now or soon.
Nice.
Okay, there we go. Joker, what do you got going on this fine day?
Well, I am currently editing stuff for the new season and getting some intros and outros done for Joker's Corner, and then the plan is here soon to be doing.
I hear you got some animation coming your way.
Yeah, absolutely. I got some animation from the talented Mr. Rosales here, and then some other animation too that he's also given me for segue segments and stuff for animation through the show and stuff. Some funny joke animation that he's done that I'm really excited to show you guys. And then, special guests, completely new format. It's not going to be this commentary format that we did before where I just look at articles or some typical hip happening thing that's going on Twitter and talk about it. It's Joker's point of view with guests. This time it is a full comedy show. So we're turning the entire thing into like a virtual stand-up comedy show. People can call in, and they can call in and have their 60 seconds. And if they are good, we will tell them, what worked and whatnot, and we're excited. We might actually discover somebody with a hidden talent, or they may be terrible, and we will roast the hell out of them for being terrible. And then I'll have people on to judge. And
I hope it's a 1-900 number.
Right? Yeah, it's gonna be fun, and I'll have Jamie's gonna be on there. She famously does my Harley Quinn on the show, so she'll tune in every once in a while. We'll have some special cartoon guests every once in a while. You'll have a little segment where you have Batman pop in or Robin and stuff like that, but it'll just be for little segments or specials. It won't be for the main show, but for the main show, it'll focus mainly on comedy. We'll review old comedians back in the day, like Abbott and Costello and Three Stooges and stuff, and talk about what worked, classic comedy and things like that. So it's gonna be fun. We're always gonna be roasting each other. So if you guys have a thick shell, you guys want to come on and just have fun and laugh, make fun of each other, make fun of other people, and have a fun time on have a few laughs, you can come on and join in the fun.
Oh, not me. I got paper skin.
You have a pretty wicked tongue. I think you could do just fine there.
It's all about the repartee.
Yes,
yeah,
absolutely.
I'm always a little tender here. I'm always I got my kid gloves on here, but
yeah.
when when I show up on other people's streams, I'm usually bare-fisted with brass knucks and.
And you know what? You can bring a flamethrower, everything.
It's
You
Fight
bring it
Club
all
when I
over
get
to my
out.
channel.
When I go to somebody else's channel, it's Fight Club, and
On my channel, you said "Me love you long time."
I did. and I was more accurate than you were when I said that.
See, I was thinking about the song.
Oh
Right.
yeah. I was thinking about the Vietnamese time and
The Thai girls. What?
yeah.
Oh, I forgot to tell you, Rosales, too. Another thing. My husband and I are starting that horror channel, Frightful Film Fiends. If you would like to be on a segment, if there's a particular director or genre of horror you would like to talk about, I would love to have you on. And that same goes to you guys. If there's a particular one, I have a schedule I will post. Any of those interest you? You
Oh
guys are
yes,
welcome to pick
Lucifer
from.
Valentine.
Yeah, I mean, well, we're gonna the first big one that I have Bradley and Austin coming on for is to talk about Wes Craven and his career, and then
nice.
Mason and I will be doing solo videos talking about cursed films.
Oh yeah, he
which
did
are
one of my
essentially-
favorite superhero films.
Yeah,
Nobody. Wes Craven directed Swamp Thing.
it's true.
Mhm.
Swamp Thing's a really good movie, underrated.
Yeah,
Very underrated.
very
That's one of
underrated.
my favorite
I
actors.
We covered that one on the Horror Movie Club. Yeah, that's good stuff.
Yeah.
The sequel's not bad either.
hmm And Cole, I hear you're about 4 days away from getting that ankle monitor cut off.
Yeah.
Does the Fed know?
Yeah, that's true. Probably happen again soon though. After maybe a few weeks.
Until they find you again.
Well, yeah.
What are you going to be doing this week, buddy?
Just preparing for streams, I guess, like Joker's tomorrow, I guess. And I might try to do more movie review things. I've been lazy with that, but yeah, I'm also trying to get Joker into Letterboxd.
You and
Yeah.
76,
Yeah.
y'all going to do the three things type deal that y'all were doing? with the three films?
It was supposed to be today, but something came up, so probably Monday now.
I think
How
it
did
was
that fall
Jaded
in?
Scalp.
Oh, you can say it, Cole, if you want. It's no secret. Cole's also going to be a co-host on Joker's Corner as well as Bob there, and
Oh yeah.
and chat and a few others. So I've got new co-hosts. One goon made it this year. We subtracted one goon, and so I now have all these goons as co-hosts. So it's going to have a
You're
very
gonna
different
tell the story of
perspective.
what happened with the others. It's gonna be like a
Yeah.
Goodfellas story.
Yeah, we're going to explain that in season 2.
Thank you, Chill. Thank you, sir.
Have a good one, Chill.
And Pops, you got a stream happening after this? Usually you do something about
Every
like-
day we have multiple things going on the network. Today we have at 1:00 Eastern, we have an open draw stream. Anybody wants to draw, come out, hang out with the guys and draw. And we just BS and we show off what each other's working on, right? At 3:30, I have a show called The Show Offs. I hang out with a friend of mine from the UK, Houston. Dave is Texas Dave Houston, but he lives in the UK. Okay, we call him Texas Dave because his last name's Houston. But we compare our collections, like the UK version against the American version of comics, stuff like that. We just go through it. That's my boy Doc Blaylock right there. Wednesdays he does a show called Doc's Coffee Shop that is awesome, and it's the kind of show you guys would get into. Okay, but today again we have. After the show offs, we have Silverline Sunday. Roland Mann from Silverline Comics does 3 shows on the network during the week. Tonight's his show. And at 10 o'clock, we are launching Bill Moss Committed Comics Nera X #3 tonight on the network. We'll be launching that. So if you're a fan of Bill Moss, if you're a fan of Nera X, that comic's been around for a long time. Guys. If you're a fan of that, launching Dark Skies tonight, 10 o'clock. On the network. We got stuff every day. Lots of stuff every day. You guys talk about preparing for a show. I don't got no time to prepare for shows. We just do them.
Right. Yeah, it sucks having to get a schedule and everything. And the problem is when you have the more people you have, I got to line up schedules. And Cole's like on the other part of the world, and I'm over here in Indiana, so I got everybody else is an hour difference.
I used to be in Goshen, but when Michigan went legal, I went up above. I'm in Three Rivers now. I just jumped up above the
Right. Yeah.
You
A
know.
lot of my buddies did the same. They went straight to Michigan.
Yeah, but I lived in Goshen for a while. Um, you know, but yeah, man, we do a lot of stuff. Man, we got like 40 different shows all week long. There's always stuff going on the network, man. If you're not part of the Madness Network, your shows can be. We want it all. We want to take as much stuff to Roku as we can. When we land there, we want to make a splash. We want, you know how you go to Netflix and you get stuck looking for something to watch, and you're just scrolling through all the stuff that's available. That's how I want this to look. When people show up on the Madness Network, I want them to be stuck trying to figure out what to watch. You know what I mean? It's like they might have came there to see your show, but I want them to get stuck looking at all the other stuff that there is available.
Yeah, but do you want them to put everything in a list that they're not going to watch? That's what happens with my
It's all
Netflix
gonna
list.
be on a view on demand platform. You can pick whatever you want to watch. You'll be able to binge watch any show you want on the roster. You know, there's going to be stuff you like. There's going to be stuff you don't like, just like any network. You know, Doc Show is hilarious. Doc Show is good stuff. Monday Madness is good stuff. There's just tons of good shows. The Horror Movie Club, everything. You know, I can, if it's something I'm going to watch, it's got to be decent.
It's nice to have a variety. I always say that on my channel. There's people that come over, they want to see me do Joker and comedy videos or skits. They want to see a lot of those, and those do really well. And then, or I'll do a particular joke that's non-Joker centric, that is kind of an inside joke between me and Cole and friends, and I'll upload it. It's a really good video, and then people will comment, "Well, I didn't really like this because it's not a Joker centric one." It's like, well, you got a little bit of everything. You know, we got different things and different formats.
Everything is different, you know, when it comes to we are not one-dimensional beings. You know, we are not Madam Web villains. We are three-dimensional. We have many layers to us, many sides to us. As a matter of fact, this right here, what I'm about to show you, happens to be my highest rated video on my YouTube channel. That actually grew subscribers on my web, on my YouTube channel. After what, 10, 15 years or whatever it is, I finally got past 200.
We were still sitting there watching it in real time. Roselle's telling us in chat, "Hey guys, this is growing like crazy." I'm like, "Oh my god, look at this! It's passed around. Instagram too. You had it on.
You know, and I even got some Karens up in there, which is hilarious. Going, you can actually call him Mickey. That is the character's name. You don't have to call him Steamboat Willie.
And you should tell him, well, if I can call him Mickey, I can call you Karen.
No. I said calling him Steamboat Willie creates a layer of distinction away from the character that is copyrighted, and it allows me a little bit more freedom to move about.
And it gets people like her to ask questions and make comments, which generates buzz.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not myself in the comments on YouTube.
Some of your best supporters are your haters, and I've learned this over the years. You get some negative comments on there, but it's great because you get people who are like, "Oh, I didn't agree with this," or "Oh, I like this that you didn't agree with," and you have conversation. That's all I want. At least you're talking about it. You can like me or hate me, but at least you're having a conversation. I don't want to be middle of the road, mediocre, boring, because then there's no conversation going on. So
yeah. Hey, Pops.
Yeah.
Is this one of yours?
I don't think so.
The way this guy said, well, he is now. The way this guy says, motivates me to keep living. You saved another life, Pops. That's another one for another notch for your belt.
I'm gonna give a little shout out to my boys, the Lunatics Fringe, a band out of Chicago that does comics and music.
That is so unlike you to give a shout out to somebody.
Yeah, I know. It's ridiculous, isn't it? That's what I do, man.
All right, I'm going to call an end to this lunatic asylum and move on with our day so that everybody else can move on with their day.
I smell Heaven's Bakery cooking up something good for you, sister.
Ooh, it's lunchtime. Lunchtime. Oh, man, I missed my opportunity to lay this on Kitty.
Oh,
This is one of my favorite ones to bring up whenever Kitty's talking.
I don't remember asking you a goddamn thing. I don't remember asking you a goddamn thing. I don't remember asking you a goddamn thing. I don't remember asking you a goddamn thing.
Look, you got to send me that. I've got to have that. I have to have that
Absolutely.
for my show. I have to have it.
There, I Ruined It. I find them on YouTube and I find them on Instagram, and they do just some wonderful stuff when it comes to parodies of music and mashups that you wouldn't think happen, like this particular wonderful delight.
Oh, girls just wanna have fun.
Move, bitch, get out the way. Get out the way, bitch, get out the way. Move, bitch, get out the way. Get out the way, bitch, get out the way.
What in the world?
Bitch, move.
What in the world?
Get the f back.
They just wanna.
All right, look, Doc makes that kind of stuff. You and Doc got to get together, man, because, oh my God, that was hilarious.
That's one of Harley's and I's favorite songs.
That is great.
Yeah, that's but the guy who puts that together is There I Ruined It, and they're actually going on tour. They're doing dates in Dallas right now, where they're doing shows at coffee houses and other places, and they're doing these things live with a band and
That was great.
a group of singers and so forth. So it's interesting. I think they do some fun stuff, you know, and I used them at my leisure. So, but thanks for being here, guys. Appreciate it. Thanks for
for having
joining
me,
us in the
man.
comments. We always love the comments.
Thanks
You know,
for
if you want to do that YouTube stuff, like and subscribe and share and do all that, we can do that too. If you enjoyed it, please give us a subscribe. If you didn't enjoy it, keep it to yourself. But thanks for watching.
Congratulations, that was one of the stupidest things that I've ever seen anybody post on the internet before. Congratulations, the bar is high cause people post lots and lots of stupid things, but your stupid thing was somehow the leader of